And her opponent from Portland, Oregon, at 152 pounds, here is Terri Power.
I'll tell you, Nick, this is one I've been looking forward to. We've seen Terri Power on a couple of different occasions. She is about as impressive as anyone I've ever seen coming into pro wrestling, and what a physique.
Probably one of the most well put together ladies, and I'm not being facetious here. I'm really saying it from an athletic standpoint. I mean, she is a powerful built young lady, and trains hard, and it doesn't take much. You can look at the lady and tell she's ready for action.
Oh, there's no question. She spends hours and hours each and every day in the gymnasium, and the nice part is, talk about one of the nicest people you'd ever want to meet, but she's in with a very tough competitor right now, Rusty Thomas, a crafty veteran who knows every trick there is. Right now, collar to elbow hookup. There's some of that strength. Terri Power just pushes her right off.
Well, Terri Power is going to rely on her strength, and she knows that right now is her strong suit. She's still in the game, and right now she's going to take and try to
and again, she pushes her right off.
Sure, manhandling for her. She'll get more sophisticated as time goes on, and she'll learn how to use that strength in a really even a more productive manner than just brute force.
And Rusty Thomas trying to claim to the referee that Terri Power pulled hair. You at home saw it as well as we did. There was no hair whatsoever. Now, boot to the midsection by Rusty Thomas. Well, that's what we were talking about. Terri Power, as impressive as she is equally inexperienced. And perhaps Rusty Thomas decided she's got to throw the rule book out the window if she's to have any luck with this youngster from Portland, Oregon.
Well, Thomas knows that she's got a gal in there that is that much stronger, and she's got to use all of her crafty wares, and she shouldn't be daydreaming so much at the moment.
Fine arm drag takedown by Terri Power. It was alert. Rusty Thomas decided she'd play to the crowd for a minute, very impressed with her leapfrog over Terri Power. And there again, a little inexperience, perhaps Power telegraphed that back body drop a little bit early, but she came out of it with the armbar.
One of the things that Terri Power knows is that she's got this strength, and the sleeper here is that each week that goes by, she learns a little more and a little more. So each time she comes out, all these other gals think they're just going up against somebody that's strong, and this is where Power is going to have an advantage over them.
All right, now Rusty Thomas holds on there.
There you go.
That's what you like to see, Terri Power. Look at that bicep, the upper arms of Terri Power. There again, Nick, she was able to hold right on, roll right through, and come back with the arm bar. It's got to be very depressing to Rusty Thomas come up with a fine move and come away with nothing.
Absolutely. There are guys out there right now looking and saying, I wish I was put together that well.
You and I together. There again, Rusty Thomas raking the eyes of Terri Power. Terri Power perhaps not expecting it, but believe you me, Rusty Thomas will use anything she can to her advantage.
Takes that hair, and that hair, where the head goes in athletics, so goes the body. And it doesn't make any difference. And now, I mean, she's got it. This would have been at one time called the camel clutch. There's no question that with all the power she's got, Rusty should not have left her get away out of that position.
Front face like now, Thomas backs her into the corner. Boy, you can hear that chop all around the arena. Terri Power used that tremendous strength, reverses it. Oh, what a clothesline.
She came out of that corner a little bit timid, and that should not have... Oh,
backward clothesline. Terri Power not letting up a bit. What's she going up for now?
Suplex.
Vertical suplex. Holds her up and over goes Rusty Thomas. Power goes right over for cover. Hooks the leg. Count it 2. Count it 3. Well, there's no question. Right now, Terri Power still as impressive as ever. Coming up next, don't go away. We've got In Action, Bad, Black, and Beautiful.
Now you can get and...
Introducing first, from Brooklyn, New York, at 117 pounds, here is Babyface Nellie, and her tag team partner from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, at 120 pounds, here is Kimmie Kosack. And their opponents, they are managed in the ring by infamous Boogaloo Brown. First, from West Texas, Bad Girl, and her tag team partner from Stamford, Connecticut, Black Venus, at a combined weight of 290 pounds. Here is Bad, Black, and Beautiful.
Both Kimmie, Kosack, and Babyface Nellie, newcomers to the LPWA, but certainly excellent veterans of professional wrestling in their own right. But how much they'll be able to do against BB&B, we'll find out. Off the bat, it's Kimmie Kosack who's going to start against the bad girl now out of West Texas. And not very scientific. Bad girl just grabs her, takes her right down, and then pulls her back up by the hair and goes right into a headlock.
I'm not quite sure what either one of them was possibly going for, but it looked like she just kind of took her down. But now Kosack is just a nice, good old side headlock. Of course, there's nothing good about it because you lay on the person and put all your weight on them if you can.
Exactly. Now, bad girl, I imagine by the reaction, we can't see it. Looked like she was choking, did a good job of keeping the referee out of position. Picks her up in a scoop slam and introduces Kosack in a not very ceremonious way to the mat.
Not at all. When you know how to land, it hurts. If you don't know how to land, you quit wrestling that night.
And uses the top rope as a slingshot. Kimmie Kosack right now in a world of hurt as the bad girl has been 100% on the offense. Sets her up in a head cracker. That's excedrin headache number 12.
Well, that whip off of the ropes is kind of like a front whiplash. You're not getting hit from behind, but it's the same thing. And you go back, you land on that mat, it really does damage to the neck.
Now bad girl tags into Black Venus. Little double teaming now, bad girl and Black Venus together on Kimmie Kosack, who I think needs to tag off to her partner, Babyface Nellie. Black Venus right now with a clothesline just about takes off the head of Kosack. Black Venus tosses Kosack right out to the second rope onto the arena floor.
Kosack and her partner, I don't think they've got the experience to handle BB&B. Because it's just been very one-sided at this point.
Smart move there by Kosack. Got in and immediately tagged her partner. Babyface Nellie, her first appearance in the LPWA, and runs right into a boot courtesy of Black Venus.
Well, she's dealing, the two of them are dealing in BB&B with probably one of the most experienced teams. One of them that got to seem to have the same sort of mentality, approach, and attitude to what they do in the ring.
Now tag off, bad girl comes in, and she just throws Nellie down to the mat. Black Venus now comes in, watching from the inside of the ring as bad girl seemingly needs little or no help. Now they just kind of tag off, ignoring the referee. Oh, there's that headbutt. Babyface Nellie right to the breadbasket. Black Venus not even a tag, bothering. A count of 2 and a count of 3.
Impressive, yes, but not to the tag team champions, Team America.
Bad, Black, and Beautiful, yeah, you might be competition, but we requested from Commissioner Wally Carbo to wrestle you on national TV.
We want to show the whole world who the real champions are, so you better look out.
Up next, the ladies' champion, superstar Susan Sexton. And that's it for sports.
The Boston gentlemen, this next match, one fall with a 10-minute time limit. It is a non-title matchup. Introducing first from Honolulu, Hawaii, at 140 pounds, here is Lelani Kai. And her opponent, she is the current LPWA Ladies Champion at 130 pounds from Perth, Australia, Susan Sexton.
Very honestly, in her last few times out, Susan Sexton has not really performed as you would expect a champion to.
But you got to understand one thing. She still has held on to the title. There's no question. Like a batter in baseball runs into a slump, that doesn't mean he's not a batting champion. And there's even a drawn look about Sexton.
And Lelani Kai wasting no time. Perhaps she also saw a scouting report that Sexton was tired. Goes right to work on the champion.
Now, what I want to point out is the crispness of the moves of Lelani Kai. I mean, just what she's grabbing, what she's taking, how she's doing it right there. I mean, there's that intense enthusiasm that she's demonstrating at this very moment. And you can see she senses the urgency that she very, very much has to get on top of this as fast as she can.
And Lelani Kai continuing to work on the champion. And so far, only a minute or so into the match, it's been all Lelani Kai, and Susan Sexton looking very tired. But Lelani Kai really in this one has everything to gain, nothing to lose.
Absolutely. And the other thing, too, is Lelani Kai.
Oh, Sexton caught body block off the second rope. Count of 1, count of 2, but Kai kicked her off. Now perhaps we're seeing the champion and why she is the ladies champion. Sexton something. Clothesline.
A good one, too.
The Australian is operating in one gear more. She's setting up, looks like the Texas Bulldog.
Goes to show you how fast it can turn around.
And Lelani Kai, suddenly in a world of hurt, champion goes for the cover, hooks the leg, count of 2, and that's all. Lelani Kai able to kick out at 2.5. But boy, how very quickly the momentum changed. Sexton now, field throw, takes Kai over. Kai now grabs the hair and goes right to a head scissors.
I got to say, so far, what I consider an excellent match. There's no question Lelani Kai really took it to the champion, but then that's what's nice about somebody that's got all that talent and ability, and especially if they're championship caliber, that is why they're champion. They can turn it around in an instantaneous moment.
And Susan Sexton now trying to work to her feet to get out of that head scissors, power out of it, and she is able to and goes right to a headlock on Lelani Kai, and Kai pulls the hair and has her count of 2, but that's all, and Sexton is able to kick over the hair again, hooks the leg, again a count of 2.
Understand one thing. Both these ladies are championship caliber. Lelani Kai at one time was the tag team champion.
Along with Judy Martin.
Exactly, and they're demonstrating by the consistency of their moves. Both of them going back to the headlock. The other one trying to take advantage. Even though the headlock is on her, she still was putting her on her shoulders.
Lelani Kai now working her way to her feet. Sexton holding out, but not exactly sure what Lelani Kai has in mind. You can almost see the question on her face as Kai just rams her into the turnbuckle and breaks the hold. And now one right to the breadbasket. Kai continuing to work on the champion who's in the corner. Lelani Kai, as you said, has seen it all in the ring, a former tag team champion. So she is not at all intimidated by the fact she is in with the world champion. Cover, roll up, count of 2, and Sexton is able to kick out. Nick, so far this match has been about 50-50.
It really has. You got to understand something on Lelani Kai's part. Lelani Kai knows that if she doesn't accomplish something here, she may be pushed way down the line.
Referee checking Lelani Kai, as you might imagine, saying the trunks. Absolutely not, sir. I would never do that. Of course, we tend to know a little bit different. Now Sexton trying to work to her feet, trying to break that hold, and is able to do so. Sexton has that European trade. She is very schooled in fundamentals, but right now I think she's throwing that to the wind. Series of 3 chops on Lelani Kai, and now takes her and throws her across the ring.
Excellent match. I'm very, and the people are telling you how excellent as far as they're concerned. Sexton, as far as I'm concerned, is really showing what she's got going for her. And a lot of people want to say that they think Lelani Kai is washed up, but don't you ever believe it. She's got the talent, and she's got the know-how, and if she can just muster up that little bit of extra energy, she's going to make life miserable for Sexton.
Well, she certainly is doing so right now. Susan Sexton certainly knows she is in for the battle of her life with Lelani Kai. We talked about Kai in a very enviable position right now in this match because she has everything in the world to gain, scoring even a non-title win over the world champion, and certainly very little to lose because honestly she is the underdog in this one. Tremendous crowd on hand here for the LPWA, but it's really a buzz because they're sensing, hey, this is the world champion. They may see a tremendous upset in the making. It's like when you watch the world champion San Francisco 49ers, when it comes to the 3rd and 4th quarter and they're behind, people say, hey, we got a ball game on our hands.
Well, I think the other thing happening here too is they know it's an untitled match, but the one thing that's taking place is the simple fact that it's an excellent match.
It really is. Up goes the champion, down goes the champion as Kai now goes for the cover. A bit of a lazy cover. If she would have hooked the leg, she may have had a 3
cover,
count.
but if you notice, a very unenthusiastic kick or raising of the shoulder by the champion. So I think both of them are starting to show the wear and tear of the pace that they've been setting.
Champion has got to be tired. Kai, a boot to the hamstring area of the champion. It looks like Kai right now started off working on the arms, now trying to take the legs out from the champion. We talked about Sexton, the Australian background. If she could damage one of those legs, that'll take an awful lot out of the arsenal of the world champion.
Well, whenever you take, in any sport, you take a knee out or one of the wheels out from an athlete. Oh, whoa!
Fine move by the champion. That's one reason no one's been able to take that belt away from her as yet. Sexton now continuing to work on the hamstring areas of Lelani Kai.
She wants to take her someplace, and she wants to do something with her. I'm not quite sure what it is.
Oh, right there is your answer.
That's the hyperextension of actually both the knees, if you catch her right.
At this point, Lelani Kai in a lot of pain. And, you know, not one leg, but both legs. Now Sexton goes for the one leg.
If she could have, I think at this point, some kind of a, not necessarily a step over toe, but a figure four, because once you have weakened both the knees, something like a figure four is really advantageous at that point.
The champion now going to work on Kai. This one has been going quite a while. Oh, Sexton telegraphed it a little bit early. Kai saw it. She was trying to set her up for a back body drop. Kai caught her with a boot right to the midsection. Now, Kai sets her up and over.
She came down on the hip, not as far
Kai
as she'd
goes
like
to the cover, caught him two. Champion got the shoulder up.
The thing is, Lelani Kai is carrying some extra weight, but she's using it tremendously well. Some would say, well, she might be 10 or 15 pounds over, but she's been demonstrating how well she can move around that ring.
Kai sets her up now. Sexton able to reverse it. Up and over goes Kai. Both girls tired. Sexton now with a drop kick. Now Sexton going over some dangerous territory. She's going up on the top rope. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, Kai's in trouble. Oh, Kai! Fly cross body block. Count of two. Wait a minute. And there's the bell. Referee signals. We'll wait for the official announcement.
I don't think we saw a count of three from the official, whether the bell rang or Lelani Kai got her shoulder up. But it's very interesting. Kai visibly upset, feeling she had the champion beat, while Sexton seems just relieved to be out of the match. At any rate, now, here's the official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, this match has ended in a time limit draw.
Well, no. Boy, I'll tell you what, the champion...
Well, the point was that the bell can ring just at that very instantaneous moment. That's what took place, and I think it had all of us fooled.
Well, it certainly did, but at any rate, Bonnie Blackstone is standing by with the champion. This should be very interesting.
Ken, I wanted to give Superstar Sexton just a couple of seconds to catch your breath. Superstar, obviously, I wish I were congratulating you for another great victory, but what happened out here? Obviously, Lelani Kai came out here and, quite frankly, took you to the limit.
Well, Lelani Kai is a very accomplished wrestler. Unfortunately, my schedule doesn't leave me too much time to keep up with training and keeping in condition. Sometimes you get matched. Tonight was a match. I kept the strap, but next time I'm going to beat her.
Speaking of your training and your schedule, a lot of people, Superstar, say that you may be reaching a point in your career where keeping up with the LPWA championship, keeping up with your schedules is starting to burn you out. Are you getting a little fizzled on the ends?
Fizzled on the ends, maybe, but I'm not burnt out by a long way. A true champion can hang in there. I'm a true champion. I'm going to hang in there, Bonnie.
All right. She is Superstar Susan Sexton, still the champion of the LPWA. Right now, let's go back to Ken Resnick and Nick Bockwinkel.
I've got to ask you, as a four-time former world champion, what's going through the mind of Susan Sexton right now? She went to a time-limit draw on national television with Lelani Kai.
Well, she now knows that Lelani Kai is still up to championship standards, and at the same time, she's probably questioning herself. Am I losing it? Am I losing my edge? Whatever it might be. And those are the things that are going through her mind right now.
Now, when a champion begins to question herself, is that a very bad, perhaps fatal sign?
It's not bad. It's being very pragmatic, and you better do it. And you better not fool yourself or try to, you know, tell little tales to yourself.
And, of course, Terri Power continued her unbelievable winning streak. Boy, she's exciting to watch.
Very impressive, and I mean, she's just one of the new bright stars in the wrestling community.
Now, next week, we will find out just how good Terri Power is, because her opponent next week will be the crafty veteran, Judy Martin. What a matchup that should be. For Nick Bockwinkel, for Bonnie Blackstone, I'm Ken Resnick saying have a great week, and we'll see you next time right here on the Super Ladies of the LPWA.